Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a good Tuesday. You have a few assignments to look at today with me. For religion, you have 2 pages in your workbook. For math, I have some games to practice what we've learned so far about classifying shapes. That's the wrong link. Let's see here. Okay, so the 2 games I have, we have IXL, so you can check out the geometry lessons, which are down at the bottom, if I remember correctly. Two-dimensional figures. I would focus mostly on these BB ones, talking about different types of shapes and quadrilaterals and triangles. But then you can also look up here with polygons. So AA and BB are our IXL lessons. And then this Math Interactive page also has some practice ones. You'll need to activate the Adobe Flash Player, if it will allow us to. Sorry, technical difficulties. Well, if this one doesn't want to work for you, you can play the other one. Usually a thing pops up over there. We'll focus on IXL if this one doesn't work, but if it does work, you just get to classify shapes, and based on what shape it is, will get you further in the game. All right, let's replace this link while I'm working on it. For reading, we're on Mysteries at Cliff Palace. You are on slide 2 today. So we worked on vocabulary yesterday. Today we're talking about looking for words that are tricky within the text. Try not to choose words that are the vocabulary words because obviously you've already studied them. But you're going to pick a page number, type in the tricky word that you see, what you think it means, and then you can use a dictionary or resource online for dictionary.com or another way to search for what the word actually means, and it can be a very simple definition. But look for ways to understand the text better by looking at the words specifically that the author chose to use. Piper caught, I accidentally missed I and J. I might have, when we were going from week 5 to 6, must have had some type of goof up. But the goal really is to be done by May 20th so that on May 21st you can do a little Flipgrid about your alphabet book. So even though I have 2 days missing on here, I'm not going to change it so that it causes confusion. But your goal is just to get the book done by May 20th. But start working on your next few letters. From what I've looked at so far, I've been working on going through them. I noticed you guys have done a really great job, so I'm really proud of the projects you've done. Whatever book or state you signed up for, just try to get it all done kind of the 20th, and then the 21st we'll do the Flipgrid. For spelling, you have lesson 27 to complete. So be working on this. You get 3 pages that you need to do. One of them can be spelling city. For science, we're on 14 and 15. So we're going to be talking about the geosphere and soil. You'll have one response to do down here. And 15 is reading about carbon and nitrogen cycles. So 14 and 15 are your science pages to do today. And 22 and 23 are the westward expansion slides. So we'll be reading or doing a little bit of activities of what we've learned so far. This one, they don't quite fit, but that's okay. Just try to drag it next to the person. For example, number 1 says, who was president during the Louisiana Purchase? I know that Thomas Jefferson was, so I'm going to plop this down kind of on Thomas Jefferson. You'll go through all 9 of these and you'll just click and drag them to whether they belong to Andrew Jackson, James K. Polk, or Thomas Jefferson. You can look back at your slides if you're struggling to remember about the presidents. But all of the information for these answers are in the slides above. And your second activity is matching definitions. So all of these definitions need to be matched to a term. These are not in the correct order right now. So you are going to want, like, for example, we just talked about president during Louisiana Purchase. So let's put this guy next to Thomas Jefferson that we just talked about. So this guy can go here. Move this one up here. And you'll just keep matching them until they're all next to the correct vocabulary word. So what is the definition of manifest destiny? I'm going to drag that definition here. I'm going to go all the way through all of these until all of the definitions are lined up, and all of the lessons so far have the material for these questions. So just match the definitions to their terms. In this one, we're dragging the events to the presidents. I think that's it. 5th graders, I do have some activities that I want you to check out for Friday. The Walk for Virtues activities are in the Ziploc baggie that went home, so I hope you get to enjoy some fun things with your family. The secret activities relate to Mother's Day, so if there's any parents watching, this is directed more towards your kiddos. I just gave you a few options of things that you can do at home to celebrate Mom, and hopefully that you don't need to purchase too many things to go with. Hopefully things that you've already have at home. But these are obviously not the only things you can do, but I would recommend finding any way you can to spoil Mom. She spent a lot of time with you, and I'm sure she would enjoy anything you do as a nice gesture for her. Since Mother's Day is Sunday, I want to point those out. I don't know if I did that yesterday. 2 other things. I did share a Sign Up Genius for the school garden, and I can show you that document quick of what we need help with. So if you want to help with the garden, you can ask Mom or Dad to use the Sign Up Genius to use a block of time. It's just to make sure that people don't kind of overlap with where other people are at the garden. But I want you to make sure that whatever you're there for, if a family's already there, obviously you should wait your turn to come back to the garden. If you use supplies, make sure you disinfect them so that it is ready for the next person. There's Clorox wipes and Germ-X in there. But these are the things that need to be done. The leaves need to be raked around the garden. Those leaves need to be placed into the compost bin. The grass and other plant debris can be pulled out of the bed. This can go into the compost bin. Any additional bags of soil that I have in the shed that are super heavy, so be really careful when you pick them up, can be added to any of the beds that need to be replenished. So if you notice they're a little bit lower in the amount of dirt they have, or some holes from our plants from last year where the roots pulled it out, you can replenish some of the dirt. We also need a shovel or a hoe to spread some dirt around in the bed and turn the soil. We're trying to mix in the new dirt and the old dirt, as well as aerate the soil and add some oxygen in there. Some other options that you can do is if you have some interest in going for a walk, you can do a compost walk, so looking for leaves, twigs, sticks, grass that you want to add to the compost bin. You can bring kitchen scraps and compost from your own yard to be added to the compost bin. You can really, whatever you see needs to be done there, you're welcome to do. If you want to just take a walk around St. Mary's after you work in the garden for a little bit, that would also be a good option. There's some things posted in front of the school if you want to check out the posters from the teachers. So it's really just a way for you to get out of the house and get to work, get your hands dirty. I'll have all the materials there. The only thing you might want to bring with is a type of like a rake or a rototiller, if you have anything that turns up the soil really well. I have a rake and a shovel and a hoe in the garden shed, but if you have one of the little turbine thingies, I'm struggling to think of what they're like the manual rototillers. That might be kind of nice to bring with just to turn up the soil a little bit. Okay, this is posted inside the shed for if you sign up for an assigned time. That'll be in there for you, and you can just check off whatever you complete. But I hope you enjoy it. I'm really wanting to plant the plants. I usually do it after Mother's Day, but we have a cold spell coming on Friday night. So I'm almost wondering if maybe I gotta wait till like sports day Wednesday to try to do it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it on Monday or not. I might have to wait till it warms up a little bit more because it's going to be a stinky 30 degrees on Friday night. So our plants can't survive that quite yet. But we'll try. Yeah, I think that is all that I need to talk about today. I will talk to you all later. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Bye.